From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Wednesday, December 27th, Delaware and the country mourn the passing of former President Gerald Ford. Senator Biden says he'll fight President Bush if he moves to increase the number of American troops in Iraq, and it's an audit of an audit on double-dipping in Delaware. Here are the details. Former President Gerald Ford has died.
Ford picked up the pieces of Richard Nixon's scandal-shattered White House, taking the oath of office as the 38th and only unelected president in America's history. Ford had battled recent health challenges. He had pneumonia in January and underwent 2 heart treatments, including an angioplasty in August at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Ford was the longest-living president, followed by Ronald Reagan. Ford had been living at his desert home in Rancho Mirage, California, about 130 miles east of Los Angeles. He was 93 years old.
Is a President Bush plan to add to the number of soldiers in Iraq a wrong strategy? Delaware Democrat Senator Joe Biden thinks Bush is moving against the tide if he announces an increase in troop strength. Biden, speaking via phone from Washington, says Bush is ill-informed.
It is contrary to the overwhelming body of informed opinion, both people inside the administration and outside the administration, from the Iraq Study Group to former generals with notable exceptions to commanding generals, retiring generals.
President Bush is expected to announce his plans for Iraq in January. Wilmington police made 2 drug arrests Tuesday night. Police stopped a group of people in the 400 block of West 30th Street around 6:30 and found Tayari Watson had 6 grams of crack cocaine. He was arrested and charged with possession within 300 feet of a park, intent to deliver, and loitering for drug-related activity. About a half hour later, police were called to the Bethel Villa Apartments in the 400 block of Lombard Street for a group loitering in the building. There, police found Donnell Harris had 37 bags of marijuana and $228 in cash. Harris was charged with various offenses, including possession within 1,000 feet of a school and 300 feet of a park, as well as the intent to deliver. Police searched for suspects in 2 separate weekend shootings in Wilmington. A 31-year-old man got shot in the upper thigh after being approached by 2 men as he sat in the 900 block of East 9th Street Saturday night. The man told police both men were black. One had a beard and wore dark jeans. The second wore a gray and green jacket. In the second incident, police responded to a call in the 300 block of West 30th Street shortly after 10:30 Sunday night. The victim, a 43-year-old woman, had a graze wound on her left leg, but refused to give police any information about suspects. A popular North Wilmington eatery gets a makeover. WDEL News continues in a moment.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
State police have charged a Milford man in the deaths of 3 passengers in his car. Police say 53-year-old Martiano Martinez Alde ran a red light at the intersection of US 113 and Delaware 20 Saturday night. He crossed into the path of an SUV, and the 3 passengers in his car were killed. And Delaware now has its 8th death on the highway during the 4-day holiday weekend. State troopers are investigating an afternoon accident on Route 13 Friday when a Cheswold woman was struck by a car. The victim died Saturday afternoon. She had started to walk along the highway to get gas after running out near Cheswold when she was hit by a van. The driver of that van from Dover told police he was making a turn north of Route 13 when Tanisha Cruz was hit, but he did not see her. Some members of a government watchdog group are now conducting an audit of an audit.
Members of Common Cause of Delaware have reviewed opinions by the Public Integrity Commission relating to a study done by the State Auditor's Office concerning the dual employment of elected officials. Bob Rader, a Common Cause board member who filed suit against State Representative Nancy Wagner for the practice of double dipping, says the audit seems selective with regard to who was investigated and how often, citing allegations against Representative Wagner that went ignored for almost a decade.
They were allowing her to claim a paid lunch period and a paid planning period as not being required to have her money taken away at the school district once you went to Legislative Hall.
John Flaherty says the public needs to know about the report in order to help make sure elected officials play by the rules.
This is a public awareness issue, but it's also a checks and balance on our legislators, and we want to make sure that that the mandates they impose on us are also followed by themselves in their daily lives.
Common Cause will create a report and hopes to take it to the General Assembly in February.
After 18 years and more than 2 million people, a North Wilmington landmark gets a facelift.
Harry's Savoy Grill on Naaman's Road will undergo a major renovation of its restaurant and bar in January. The $750,000 project will include the installation of a sprinkler system, a larger floor-to-ceiling glass temperature-controlled wine cellar, and a new granite countertop and glass shelving in the bar. Owner Xavier Techedo says the restaurant opened in 1988 and things simply wear out. Limited restaurant service will be available during the renovation in the adjacent ballroom and private dining rooms.
The Flyers hope to snap their losing streak as they head out on an 8-game road trip. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I'll have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware every weekday morning, 5:30 to 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, the Flyers begin an 8-game road trip in Florida tonight, facing off against the Panthers at 7:30. The Ottawa Senators beat the Flyers 4-3 on Saturday, giving the Flyers their 9th straight loss and bringing their record to 8-23-4. The 76ers lost again on the road last night, falling to the Golden State Warriors 116-97. The Sixers are 3-12 on the road and 2-2 without Allen Iverson, who was traded a week ago. The Sixers try again tonight, playing in Sacramento. And several high school holiday basketball tournaments tip off today, both here and around the country. The Diamond State Classic begins today at St. Elizabeth's, but the Vikings won't be there. They're in Seattle for the T-Mobile Invitational, a new national tournament. Ursuline's taking part in the Classic, though, among many other Delaware teams. We'll have Ursuline's opening game here for you on 1150 AM WDEL tonight, beginning at 6:15. Meanwhile, on the boys' side, the Bay Ball Classic gets underway tonight. The replacement for the Slam Dunk to the Beach is in its second year and has 8 Delaware teams participating within its 3 brackets. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. A mix, but more sun than clouds today, a high of 46 degrees. Tonight, increasing clouds, low down to 32. Tomorrow, clouds and a little bit of sunshine, a high of 48 degrees. Then on Friday, clouds and sun, a high of 52. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.